Alright. Hello, you guys.
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode. I'm your co-host, Caitlin Wagner.
And I'm your co-host, Eileen Unad.
And we are
Same but different. I like how I didn't even say and we are because I was so focused on doing the wave.
She was doing the wave. If you aren't watching the YouTube video.
You better be.
That was not the wave. I don't know what I just did.
Or, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. What is that?
I don't know.
It's like the arm wave. Oh, the worm?
I don't know.
Is that the worm?
Guys, what's the worm?
No, that's your body.
The thing we do. Okay, we're getting so off topic.
Wait, you know, the wave.
What?
Isn't it the wave? Like
Wait,
your
let's
arms.
do it.
Like, okay.
Go back. I can't do it with my elbow.
Sorry, guys. We get a little distracted.
Also, sorry, guys. Sorry if I sound, like, nasally. It's allergy season, and it hit me like a bus.
No, she's sick.
No, guys. No.
I'm just joking.
But it's finals week, so I'm hoping that it goes away, because I have finals all day on Wednesday.
Dude, I have my presentation on Friday, so let's hope that I don't have a sneezing attack beforehand.
Hopefully not.
Literally, the last time I went to class, there's so much pollen outside. There's, like, bundles of it on the ground. And I was walking to my 9 a.m. and I literally was like, don't sneeze, don't sneeze, don't sneeze.
Do you ever, like, look at it and you're like, don't look at it or else you're gonna get sick? Because if I look at it, it, like, comes to me, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I look at the pollen, I'm gonna get sick. That's just how it works.
Or if I
don't look at it,
I think literally the day before class, I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, my allergies are fine. People are overreacting. Yeah, for the girl that gets allergy shots, I should have shut my mouth.
Yeah.
Because that just dug me a
It's
deeper
hitting
hole.
me, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I've been
right.
drinking lots of water. Look at my water jug, you guys, on the YouTube video. It's a gallon.
Look at my Diet Coke from Chick-fil-A because, oh, guys, if you don't like Diet Coke, first of all, don't know what you're doing. But second of all, Chick-fil-A gave me the crispiest Diet Coke today.
Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, and McDonald's all have the
In-N-Out Diet Coke.
I had In-N-Out today. Did I tell you that?
I saw.
Yeah.
No, I sent me a picture.
You did?
Yeah.
It was so good.
I had In-N-Out. Did I have it yesterday?
I don't know.
Oh, 2 days ago I had In-N-Out and I got it.
Oh my gosh. I got a grilled onion wrap. Like the Flying Dutchman. It was wrapped.
A grilled onion wrap?
Yeah.
Wait,
but like whole grilled onion.
I was like, that's interesting.
It was so good.
Ooh, that
it was
good.
So, I saw it on a TikTok and I was like, I'm
low key, I would get a raw onion wrap.
I would too. They probably do
that.
that, right? I don't see why not.
You used to work there.
Well, they've changed things up lately, so
really?
I don't know.
But
But you guys, this episode's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked because this is all about like
adulting,
college, and the truth behind it. Because honestly, going into college, everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna have the best time ever! Like, you're gonna go to parties and do this and do that." Let me tell you, college freshman year was a slap in the face.
It's okay. I want to say it is what you think it is, but it's also not.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like when I moved in, I was like, I'm gonna have so much fun. Like, I have all this to do, like class, and then I'm gonna study all the time, and then nights I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna party, like make friends.
Yeah.
Let's just say you kind of learn what you like and don't like, and I learned quickly that I don't like partying.
Yeah.
I mean, some people like it, I feel like.
Okay, there's a difference between partying and being a partier.
Yeah.
So going to parties and just being like, oh, like, let's have a good time, like, that's fine. But if you're like, all right, it's Thursday night, let's go out, and then you party till Monday, like, I'm sorry. That maybe for some people doesn't really float my boat, but again, like, it is something that college does revolve around, but that's only if you revolve yourself around that crowd. There are going to be people that you meet in college who are like, let's go party, let's go do this, and you might feel obligated to be like, oh, well, I want friends.
Yeah, because you want to fit in. It's normal.
Yeah. Like, it's normal to be like, oh, like, I have a new college friend, they're from out of town, they're like, I want to hang out with them, but they party. You don't have to hang out with them and party. You can be like, oh, like, let's go do homework together, because everyone, I feel like that's a big thing that college kids do, is like, let's hang out and do homework.
Dates, yeah.
Even if it's just, like, friends or, like, it could literally be a study date, like, with a boy or whatever, but...
Whatever,
I, like, forget that, like, we talk about it, and we're like, oh, boys, but everyone's different.
And we respect all opinions.
Yes, ma'am.
But, I will say, though, it is important to try things out, because it's important to learn. Like, for example, it's fine that we went out and partied, because we learned from it.
Yeah.
And we had fun. I will say, I have some good memories.
I do, too.
From those nights.
Yeah.
But I just quickly learned, like, that's not what I want my lifestyle to be like. And, like, that wasn't pushing me towards my goals.
Yeah.
So it's just something I kind of learned my priorities, and I
it's a good thing to go through, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, yes, now we know what priorities we want. But in the moment, when we weren't at this, like, mental state, like, it is a good thing to go out and experience it and, like, have fun in college when everyone's like, oh, go get that college experience. It's okay to experience the college experience. That's what basically college is all about, is learning, experiencing, learning what you like, what you want in life. Exactly.
And just having fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, nothing is super deep like that, and you just want to have the memories, like, while you can, because we're not young all the time.
That's very true. And also, another thing is, like, you're learning from it, and as long as you take the situation and actually learn from it and take it, like, in the direction you want. So you can go and party and be like, oh, I don't really like that. Next week comes again, you go to another party. Oh, I didn't really like that. Next week comes again, and then you get offered to go to a party. Are you going to choose to learn from not liking it your past 2 times, or are you going to still go because everyone else goes? It's different.
And that's, like, you don't want to be a follower. Like, you don't want to just do what everyone else is doing, because if you don't like it, then why are you doing it?
Exactly.
You should do what you want and be, like, more of a leader, and, like, be an example for other people if they, like, choose to follow you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to just go with the crowd, because sometimes that crowd is going to lead you in the wrong direction in life, and you just want to go in the direction that you want to go in.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, in general, college is a whole new experience. So you go out of high school and you're like, all right, it's time for moving out, making new friends, but doing new things. You can make friends with, like, class friends, you can join clubs, you can do so many things, you can get involved in, like, different activities. There's, like, sports you can join if you're, like, in a sport right now, or there's club sports, or there's intramurals. All of these things that you can do to make friends. Like, I feel like a lot of people think that, like, going to college is like, oh, you're gonna party and you'll meet people that way. I guarantee you're not gonna know half the people you met that night. You're gonna come home the next day with people on your phone being like, who is this?
I'm not friends with a single person that I met at a party.
Me neither. But do you remember we'd, like, come home and the next morning, like, the debrief?
Yes.
And we'd be like, who's this?
I'd be like, who's this girl?
No, literally, who's that? We would literally have added them, like, on Snapchat, and then have a Snapchat from them, open it, and we're like, do you know who this is?
Do you have this person on Snap,
no,
too?
Literally. And we, like, did, and we're like, oh, this is from last night.
I was
what
like,
the heck? It's weird. Like, yeah, you can meet people that way, but I guarantee you, like, when you build that mindset, and they're still in it, you're not going to want to be friends with them again.
Yeah.
Because that just shows the difference between you two.
Like, would you rather be friends with a partier who's going to probably go nowhere in life, or someone who's, like, really passionate about, like, what they do in life and, like, want to go places?
Exactly.
Because that person's going to put you in the right direction, too.
Yeah. And I feel like that, too, like, there are people who make money off of partying or go to these clubs and get sponsored. And, like, that's okay. That's just a different path of life. If you want to take it, be my guest. Like, I want to, like, make it clear that we're not judging people who go to parties, because, like I said, we have been there. We've done that.
Yeah.
But it just is, like, where you want to take your life after that is totally up to you. It's totally your choice.
All your decision.
But
we're just trying to hit both angles.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to hit the point of view where it's like, yeah, like, you like partying because we've been there, we've done that.
Yeah.
But then we want you to learn from it. Like, maybe if you do like it, keep doing it. But if you don't, then get out of it. And, like, we're trying to give you guys advice for that.
Yeah.
And also, she was talking about earlier, like, surrounding yourself with the right people. Just, it's important to know kind of just what you want. I don't know how to put it. You just have to know what you want in life, because that's going to bring you either to the wrong spot or the right spot. Like,
I have to cough. Hold on. Sorry, guys. It's like my Diet Coke is stuck in my throat.
Diet Coke always does that to me, because, like, the
makes
syrup
it, like,
or
murky.
something.
Or
you say syrup or syrup?
I say syrup, and everyone shits on me for it.
I say syrup. Okay, but sometimes I say syrup.
It's just right.
Yeah.
It's just right.
Wait, what was I saying?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Surrounding yourself with the right people.
Oh, yes.
It's so important to, like, okay. We've talked about this before, but, like, your 3 closest friends resemble you. So, like, Isla, my boyfriend, and my other friend resemble who I am.
Who is that?
Oh, yeah.
We're like her only friends. That sounds like we're such loners. was so funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
my
take it as, like, coworker friends. Like,
Yeah.
you talk to your coworkers a lot, so there. That's
and
like,
Ava and like Jamie, like
Yeah,
those
yeah.
people, like
Okay,
my
yeah.
top 3 friends are the people
your
who
little
I
circle.
resemble.
Your circle.
So obviously, my top 3 friends, like we all go to church, like we all have the same directions, and like we all want a career and stuff like that. So obviously, we're all going that direction. And you don't see me hanging out with people that party because that's not where I want to go in life. Because if I did, then I'd be out at parties, and that would be who I am. And that's not who I am, so I'm not hanging out with people.
And then
like
I would go to the party and get her and slap some sense in her and be
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? And then bring it back to reality.
Exactly.
But that's so true, though. Like, surrounding yourself with a circle that pushes you. And, like, I like to think of it as, like, they are your circle. So in your circle, obviously, you guys draw a circle in your brain.
Draw a circle.
It will, like, go to each other. So you spew out something
Yeah.
positive to one person. It'll come back around to the next. And then it'll go in a circle. Like, you guys will... like, initially be helping each other without even realizing it because you're asking for advice. So when you ask for advice, they give it to you, and that's what they think. And then that, like, goes on to you. It'll come back to them in a different way.
You just sparked... It's like a merry-go-round.
Yes.
Like, it's the 3 of you on a merry-go-round. You all have the same direction. You're all going the same direction and the same path because you all have the same, like, point of view.
Yep.
But if one person is in the front and they're a partier, you're all going to go towards partying.
Yep.
It's like... I just thought
And you
that.
also can't be... You can't be with someone who's going the opposite direction. Merry-go-rounds don't go that way.
It's going to slow you down or hold you back.
Oh, good
Bring you
shit.
backwards.
Let's go!
Why were we so proud of that? That was, like,
That
really
was good.
Ow.
That was such a good analogy, though. Like,
that was a good analogy.
I'm picturing that in my brain. I'm
Me
just
too.
like, oh, like, you know, the one at the zoo.
Yeah, but that's exactly how it is.
Yeah, that's so true. Another thing that I want to touch on, also for the people that don't know, when we make these podcasts, like, we write down things that we want to touch on, like little topics, and then obviously we just use our brain and start yapping.
Spew it off.
But something that we didn't write down that I do want to talk about, which Caitlin literally doesn't even know I'm about to say this, so good luck. I'm kidding. Is roommates.
Oh, yeah.
Roommates. I want to talk about roommates because I feel like it's such a hit or miss topic that, like, people don't necessarily talk about. The biggest thing I want to talk about is when people say, don't go to college with your best friend.
Yes.
And they
that's
say,
a good idea.
don't be roommates with your best friend. I'm sorry, but it depends on your relationship. Caitlin and I would not have had a better roommate.
I would not have had a better college experience if I roomed with anybody else.
No, 100%. And we love our roommates if they're listening.
Yeah.
Any of our roommates from the past years that we've lived with them, super awesome.
Amazing.
But it's just a different experience when you're literally, like, doing life with them, but you are on the same page all the time, like, cleanliness, like, I don't even know how to explain it.
It's just because, like, because most people are like, if you move in with your best friend, then you guys aren't going to be best friends anymore.
Which is so a bad thing. Like, why are you putting that out into the universe that we're not going to be friends anymore? I've had so many people that are like, oh, are you and Caitlin rooming together? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, well, be careful. Like, if you get into a fight, I'm like, okay, been there, done that, we got through it.
No, I just think it's all about maturity. Like, we're both mature, and, like, we know how to communicate, so if something's wrong, we communicate.
Yeah,
and then obviously we
learn from it. There was some times freshman year that, like, yes, we would butt heads. We lived in the same room. We lived in a dorm, in the same room, same vicinity. You're gonna be a little bit flustered when things happen. Yeah. But, like, that shows, like, how strong the friendship is if you can, like, figure out a way through that, even though it's so tough.
That's, like, with any relationship, too. Like, just in general, if you want to be with someone, you want to be friends with someone, you communicate and you work against the problem, not against each other. Like, we didn't fight against each other. We just try to figure out and get through the problem. Yeah. Basically. And that's how any relationship is. Like, when you become an adult, you become mature and you learn that communicating is not about fighting each other and not about, like, arguing with each other. It's just trying to talk about it and solve and fix the problem that you guys have.
And another thing, sorry, this Diet Coke is fucking up my throat. Another thing I want to touch on with, like, yeah, probably. It's warm, but... lukewarm water.
The ice melted.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm drinking water.
She's drinking. Don't listen to her gulp. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, anyways. But another thing I want to touch on about, like, relationships is that, like, a little bit about, like, faith. If you have a God that you pray to or anything like that, if you believe in something and being... I believe that, like, relationships only get stronger if you're having, like, a faith-centered relationship. Yes. And, like, I noticed this, too, that, like, Caitlin and I... I guess I'm, like, noticing it right now as we're talking about it. Freshman year, we weren't super into our faith. Like, we were just college girls, like, whatever. But sophomore year, we really started getting into it. And, like, that, like, summer or whatever before, like, I feel like that has helped so much.
Yes.
I don't really know the last time we've, like, well, we don't fight, really. Like,
we
genuinely,
just, like,
we really
talk
don't.
about things, like,
yeah. It's, like, it's a conversation, like, hey, this made me upset, like, how can we go about this?
And then we're like, okay, sorry, like, I'm going to fix this so that it doesn't happen again.
And also, another big thing is that you don't have to apologize for something you didn't do. So, like, say, like, we're talking about something that happened. If we don't feel like something, like, was communicated properly, it's not like I'm sorry, you're right. It's like I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. How can I change it? Or what specifically bothered you that I did?
And then you work through it. And that's just with adulting in general. You have to be able to do that. Or else all your relationships are just going to tumble to the ground.
Yeah,
like, you have to learn how to communicate effectively in order to make your relationships grow and, like, just be closer together.
Yeah, I know.
And if you want to find a partner or, like, a best friend forever, then you have to.
True. I don't know if you guys know this, but we do have a matching tattoo.
We do.
And we can go into depth of that a little bit later.
We should in a future episode.
Yeah.
Like a get to know us or something.
It's a 222 angel number. Mine's on my ankle by my Achilles tendon.
And mine's on my rib cage.
Yeah. But I feel like this is, like, so off topic from our episode, but I'm just so thankful.
I'm just so thankful for her.
Also, another thing that we're really thankful for is Kate posted a TikTok the other day.
Oh, yes.
And it did very well. So if anyone is here from TikTok, hi.
Hey, thank you guys for listening. And thank you guys for, like, all the support.
I know, the support, the comments, everyone, like,
crazy.
Being so genuinely nice just is heartwarming. And only, like, we do this for fun, but that, like, makes us want to do it more because, like, we see the impact, like, it has on people.
Like, because we just love talking and, like, helping you guys out and, like, just our families and coworkers and people we love, and it's just so good to hear, like, all the good advice, and we're so happy you guys like it.
I know, but that's just such a cool little thing. Yeah. But back to our little college life that we're talking about. Yeah. I feel like one thing that's really helped is, like, experiencing it. Yeah. So, like, the way that we talk about it, like, oh, yeah, we did this, we did that. If you haven't, like, experienced it, it might be a little harder to grasp the fact or be like, oh, they're right, like, I get that. So, take it with a grain of salt. Yes, go into college, have fun. But be aware of your surroundings and be aware of who you're around, like, people-wise, too, because not everybody wants to see you succeed. And that's something that I've learned the hard way, because the people that you surround yourself with, like we said, is a merry-go-round. They will only push you to go farther in life. And if you're going the opposite direction, they're not going to follow you. No. So, surround yourself with the good ones. Yeah, and like she said, not everyone wants to see you succeed. Like, the second you start changing... So, say you have... Not this case, but, like, say you have a friend from, like, middle school, and they are doing, like, some bad habits, like, they're in the same old routine of life, and you, like, were in that routine, but the second you start changing, something is going to go wrong, and that person's going to get upset at you because you're changing. People don't like to see the people that they're close to change, but you're changing for a good reason, so don't let them hold you back. Just drop them from your life. Like, if they're doing stuff that you do not agree with, and they don't want to change, then leave. You don't have to be friends with someone just because you've been friends with them forever. Yeah. Like, unless that person is willing to also change and go where you're going, like us, for example. Yeah. Like, we, like both want to better ourselves, so we both did, and we both just go through the same things. But I'm saying, don't let anyone hold you back, because for sure, it's not good. Also, letting someone hold you back also just shows on yourself how, like, I'm saying this in the nicest way possible, it's showing how not strong you are inside, that you're okay being a follower. Letting someone else choose your decision for you, because at the end of the day, when a big job comes up, are you going to let them decide, or are you going to decide? If a relationship comes up, are you going to let them decide who you like, or are you going to like them? Like, you can't let your decisions be dictated by other people, especially with your life, because at the end of the day, it's your life. Who cares who you have in it if you don't feel like you're growing as a person? Like, if I had, like, such terrible people in my life, but I went to middle school with them, I'm like, oh, but they're lifelong friends. Yeah. I don't want that as a lifelong friend. If you're not bettering yourself, I don't want to be around you in the nicest way possible. But, like, all the people I surround myself with, like Caitlin, all my other friends, and, like, my family, all this stuff, like my cousins, like, it just makes me want to be a better person, and that will show off of you to other people. And subconsciously, like, they will be like, oh, I kind of see what they're doing. Like, I kind of want to be like that. So be, like what Caitlin said earlier, be a leader and not a follower.
Yeah. And, like, we could tell you guys all of this stuff, but you're not going to truly learn unless you experience it. Mm-hmm. So don't be afraid to experience these things. Like, we experienced it, and that's how we learned this.
And so, we did have fun. Don't get me wrong.
We had so much fun.
We went to basketball games. Yeah. Like, there's so many memories that I have that I will, like, cherish forever. It's just there's certain things I won't be doing to a certain extent. Yeah. Like, exactly. It's a little different.
You just learn what you want, you learn who you want, and you move on.
Yeah.
And you guys, I promise, will experience it. And also, when it comes to, like, getting in the real world, like, after you guys, like, graduate high school or, like, college or something, it's important not to rush into anything, because for me right now, I, like, sometimes get so stressed out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out exactly what I want to do.
I'm like, should I just graduate early?
Yeah.
Like,
should I just be done? Do I even go to school? Like,
but think about it. You're only young once. You're only in high school once. You're only in college once. Yes. Unless you, like, flunk out. But that's on you. But
different point.
You know what I mean? Like, you're only young once. You only get these experiences, like, once in a lifetime is such a true statement for so many things. And, like, how she said is, like, you need to experience it, but also with these things that we're saying, you're not going to change unless you don't want to change.
Yeah.
If someone tells you all these things and you're not willing to change, it's not going to happen. Even if, like, deep down you're like, oh, no, I got it, it's fine. If you have that subconscious feeling of, like, no, like, I still want to go out and do this, like, you're not going to change. I promise you. It's not going to work.
You have to want to, and you have to be aware of it, too. Like we've said.
But for sure, don't rush when you get out in the real world. And I know it's going to be scary. Like, we aren't even in the real world fully yet. We're getting there. Yeah. And it's a little nerve-wracking. It really is. But again, college was nerve-wracking in the beginning. And now look at where we're at. Yeah, everything.
It's just because it's uncomfortable. But it's important to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because that's the only way you can grow.
Exactly.
And it's important to not rush. The only thing is you have to figure out what you want and focus on that, because focus is the only thing that's going to bring you places.
It's also okay to, like, mess up knowing what you want. You can go into something full head on knowing what you want and it not be your passion, and then you find a new path in life. But again, everything happens for a reason, and it's in God's plan of what you're supposed to do, whichever God or spirit you believe in. So honestly, just having that positive attitude and uplifting will take you so far.
It will. And with everything, it's going to take time. And, like, you're only young once, so enjoy every single moment, and don't rush into anything. And don't get in your head about, like, I have to do this, I have to make this amount of money, I have to get married at this age, I have to have kids at this age. It doesn't matter. There's no timeline of when you should be doing things.
It'll happen when it happens.
It happens when it happens, and it all happens for a reason.
I know. But honestly, one of the greatest things that I could say about being an adult is finally growing into that mindset, or, like, actually being able to push myself and do things for me instead of having, like your parents decide for you, or, like, following your friends, because in high school, that's just the thing to do. Like, you're in a group of friends, whatever. But, like, the truth about being an adult is it's hard.
It's hard.
It is tough work. But if you're willing to put in the work, it can be the greatest thing you've ever experienced.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so sweet. We both just leaned in like that. Did you see that? We're like,
if you're watching the YouTube version, we are literally same but different.
Same but different.
Like,
crazy.
But yeah.
Anywho.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I think we're going to wrap it up now because we've been yapping a little long.
Yeah, but we hope you guys took something from this. Sorry if it was a little all over the place. There's just so much to talk about, and we get so excited.
I know, we get so into it, and we're like, oh, did you remember that one? In my Diet Coke little spiel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's still sitting here.
But yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget, we post every single Friday on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
Yes, and we really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and please come back next week. And if you did enjoy this episode, make sure to share it with your friends, family, your Instagram story. Maybe give us a rating, like
a little
maybe like
repost on TikTok.
Yeah, maybe
follow our socials.
But yeah, just show us some love, support, because that's the only way we'll grow.
And as always, we love you guys, and we can't wait to see you next Friday for our weekly videos.
Perfect. We'll see you guys next week.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go!